Hi friends, today's we have to going we are going to discuss about the half-life time as well as pseudo unimolecular first order reaction. First of all, we have to take some information about the half-life time. The time, what is meant by the half-life time? The time required the time required to reduce half of time required to reduce half of initial concentration time required to reduce half of initial concentration of a reactant. The time required to reduce half of initial concentration of a reactant is known as a half-life time, or the time required to complete half of chemical reaction is known as a half-life time. What is meant by the half-life time? Time required to reduce half of initial concentration of reactant, or time required to complete half of chemical reaction is known as a half-life time. We know that the here we have to derive an expression for the half-life period of first order reaction. Derivation of half-life time. Here we have to explain the derivation for half-life time, which is denoted by the letter T half. We know that the expression for rate constant of first order reaction. We know that rate constant for first order reaction. We know that the expression for rate constant of first order reaction, K, is equal to 2.303 divided by T log to the base 10 A by A minus X, where K is a rate constant of first order reaction, T is the time required for completion of reaction, A is the initial concentration of reactant, and A minus X is the concentration of reactant after time T. If T becomes a T half, that means T is a changes to T half, then X becomes A by 2. That means this X is a number of moles of reactant which is converted into product. That means half of the reactant is converted into product. That means initial concentration of reactant, this one is also initial concentration, and when X become A by 2, then the time is always becomes as a T half. Put this value in our equation. K is equal to 2.303 divided by T half into log to the base 10 A minus A by 2. Now next step is at 2.303 divided by T half log to the base 10 A minus A by 2. That means remaining here A by 2. Again 2.303 divided by T half, here K log to the base 10 2 A cancel and becomes as a 2. We know that the value of log to the base 10 2 from log table 0.3010. This is the value of log to the base 10 2 is equal to 0.3010. Put this value k is equal to 2.303 into 0.3010 divided by t half. The product of these above two value becomes as a 0.693 divided by t half. This from this expression we can calculate the value of t half. T half is equal to 0.693 divided by k, which is the required expression, for the half life time of a first order reaction. T half is equal to 0.693 divided by k, where k is the rate constant and t half is the half life period of a first order reaction. Okay, once again, half life time is the time required to reduce half of the initial concentration of reactant, or the time required to complete half of chemical reaction. After that, we have to discuss about the derivation of half life time, which is denoted by the letter T half. We know that the expression for rate constant of first order reaction, K is equal to 2.303 divided by T log to the base 10 A by A minus X. Here is the initial concentration. It is also initial concentration. X is the number of moles of a reactant which is converted into product. That means this total is the concentration of reactant after time t. And K is the rate constant and T is the time required to complete one reaction. When the time becomes half, then the concentration of reactant which is converted into product becomes A by 2. Put this value. This equation becomes just like this. K is equal to 2.303 divided by T half log to the base 10 A minus A by 2. A minus A by 2 becomes A by 2. Now next cross multiplication, it becomes 2. The value of log to the base 10 2 can be calculated from the log table, which becomes as a 0.3010. Put this value in above equation. K 2.303 into 0.3010. This multiplication becomes as a 0.693 divided by T half. The value of T half is equal to 0.693. That means that these two terms are replaced with each other, and T half becomes 0.693 divided by K, which is the required expression for the half life period of a first order reaction. In that expression there is a no concentration term, therefore half life period is independent of the initial concentration of reactant. Okay, after that we have to discuss about the pseudo first order reaction. What is meant by the pseudo first order reaction? Pseudo unimolecular first order reaction, we have to explain here. The reaction which is not truly a first order reaction, which is not truly a first order, but under certain condition it behaves like first order reactions. The reaction which is not truly a first order, but under certain condition it behaves like first order reaction, known as a pseudo first order reactions. pseudo first order reactions. For example, acid hydrolysis of ethyl acetate is an example of a pseudo unimolecular first order reactions. Here we have to take a reaction CH3COO C2H5. This is the molecular formula for ethyl acetate plus H2O in presence of dilute HCl. Then the product obtained is a CH3COOH plus C2H5OH. This one is the acetic acid, and next is the ethyl alcohol. This reaction is the acid hydrolysis of ethyl acetate is an example of pseudo unimolecular first order reaction. Ethyl acetate plus water, then it is converted into acetic acid and ethyl alcohol. When we observe this reaction from observation, we says that this reaction is a bimolecular reaction. From observation, we says that this reaction is a bimolecular reaction. Why? There is a one molecule of ethyl acetate and one molecule of water. Therefore, we say that this reaction is a bimolecular reaction. Also, it appear like second order reaction. This reaction appear like second order reaction as well as bimolecular reaction. When we observe this reaction, then we say that there is two things. But from experimentally, this reaction is a unimolecular. Experimentally, it is found that this reaction is a unimolecular reaction as well as first order reaction. Experimentally, it is found that this reaction is a unimolecular as well as a first order reaction.